Welcome to another edition of your Wednesday night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show.
Question is, did she subscribe?
Right.
I know she's down on YouTube.
Representing from the Boondocks. What up, Jobo?
Hello, what's up? Happy Wednesday.
What up? She repping her Hey Sister Soldier look right now. Everybody give it up for Bunny. What's happening, Bunny?
What up? Happy hump day.
T-Bone, what's going on, brother?
I'm back, and I don't know about better than ever, but I'm back.
What is going on, party people? It is your Wednesday night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show. I am your boy Smooth. I think that may be on a highlight reel tape. And we're glad that you are tuning in live along with the millions
And millions
of the platform sports talk show fans on once again your Wednesday night Sports Delight.
Really?
Or
Brinks truck backing up in his driveway with
There you go.
97 million. There you go.
all you hear is this.
Probably somebody who's doing something to give back and letting the next generation.
Say straight.
Don't have me syrup on here.
Come on now, don't have me tear up. You know I get emotional.
But people watching around the world, no pressure. And we already have our favorite fan, Ms. Williams, saying welcome, Brandon.
Well, how are you, how Ms. Williams?
A guy who tried to give it his all and put on for the city, to be truthful. Because like I said, I'm St. Louis die hard.
The views of Smooth does not reflect the platform sports talk show or its sponsors.
What is happening, everyone? Welcome to another edition of your Wednesday night Sports Delight, the platform sports talk show. Do not be alarmed. This isn't the man cave or anything, but I do have a special, I ain't gonna say he's a guest, but special panelist from the man cave, holding things down with me this evening. Mario, what's going on with your brother?
Man, how you doing?
Man, doing great.
How you doing?
I appreciate you on the last notice, coming through and everything. Y'all like, what's going on with everybody else? Well, Joe isn't feeling too good this evening, the whole household. So she wanted to fall back, and then Bunny had a prior engagement. So it's just me and Mario. And with him being from the man cave where anything can go down,
Anything.
I'm just saying right now, the same thing can apply here tonight. Anything can go down on the main show. Anything. So we're going to definitely be hitting a lot of different topics, get, in depth into some things, have some nice grown man conversations. But we also definitely have to let everyone know where y'all can, check us out at. So make sure y'all go ahead and go all across the board on social media by giving us a follow on Facebook, the Platform Sports Talk Show, on the X at 314 Sports Talk. You can email us at platformsportstalkshow@gmail.com. Also, we on the Instagram. We live. You can leave comments on the Insta at Platform Sports Talk Show. At Platform Sports Talk. And also go on YouTube, subscribe and click on that bell. So anytime we go live, you will be notified. The show will be archived on Instagram, Facebook, the X, and on YouTube. And you can also check us out on Hot 365 Radio, where it is always hot. Go to their website, hot365radio.com, and just check out the website, man. It's dope. And also you can check out the app as well. Just go to your iOS or Android Play Store, put in Hot 365 Radio. You'll see their logo, and you will hear us in high depth quality. And when I say we sound good on there, we sound good. So we have all kind of ways to check us out. Also, they do have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/hot365 radio. Every first Wednesday of the month, you have ladies' night. So shouts out to the ladies who love sports. I call it the best panel of women who love sports. So shouts out to Bunny, to Jobo, to Annie, to Michelle, Of course, also to Coach Britt, who is taking some time off because she's coaching right now, so she won't be on the panel for quite some time. So best of luck to her. Then, of course, every last Wednesday of the month, which means next Wednesday, you will see the fellas, the Man Cave crew. Shouts out to Stan, to Craig Black, to Sadal, to T-Bone, my man right here, Mario, once again, where anything can go down. And then if y'all haven't already checked it out, I have a conversation show called Smoooth Conversations, and that is Smoooth the 3 O's. Go on YouTube as well and follow that page, Smoooth Conversations, where the conversations are always smooth. I've had some incredible people on the show, from Guy Torrey to Cameron Fuller. You see him as Nathan on Zatima. It's just been a lot of great people. And when I say who I have coming up next and the end of the year, like I got people booked to the end of the year. That's how great it is. I have a great lineup of people that I look forward to having their stories told and just talking life. You know what I'm saying? So Smoooth Conversations, give that show a follow on YouTube, and you have to make sure that you put 3 O's in Smoooth, because if you don't, you'll be like, man, I thought you had a page. You on the wrong one. That ain't me. So check it out, and we are ready to rock and roll. Mario, what's been going on with you, man?
Not much, man. Work. A little relaxation time here and there. Other than that, we'll get into other things that I've been kind of waiting to happen, and it has happened. So we will be talking about NBA, and that's my passion. That was actually my first love right there. Basketball was, as Curtis Blow said, basketball was my favorite sport.
I love it. I love
the way it dribble up and down the court. It's a true statement. But that's really what's been going on with me. What's been going on with you?
Man, everything from DJing gigs to Smoooth Conversations to being an awesome husband, father, to staying busy. You know what I'm saying?
That Smoooth Conversation sound good. I might have to check that
out.
Yeah.
You late to the party, man. You got to go ahead and check it out, man. Some great stuff, man. And when I say it's like a lot of, some to the guests that we have on this show too. Getting their stories told, life lessons, bringing out more positivity. But also awareness too, like mental health and stuff like that. Man talk. Getting a woman's perspective on things.
That's what we need.
So I'm just providing things that need to be put out there more than what we have been seeing. Across social media and stuff.
I like that.
It's amazing, and I look forward to continuing to do it. I'm just thank the Lord for blessing me to put me in a position to do what I'm doing. So. But this show here, for those watching for the first time, thank y'all very much.
Yes,
been doing this show for 7 years, y'all, consistently on Wednesday nights. So I gotta thank my crew, man, my fam, for believing in me, rocking with me, and the whole 9, man, for 7 years strong. I know it's been over a year since you've been on the Man Cave now. Man Cave. And I think about how you and I talked at the G4L event, because we were talking about basketball.
You asked
I was like, man, you know what?
Me a question.
You would be good to be on the Man Cave, and now a whole year and some change later.
Yep. Because I never forget that day. It was just a random. He said, man, what do you think about LeBron having a trophy? Does he deserve a trophy?
Yeah.
In Miami?
Yeah. No. A statue.
A statue in Miami, LA,
and Cleveland.
And from there, ladies and gentlemen, it just took off.
Yep.
It just took off from there. It just took off, and it's been beautiful, a beautiful relationship ever since.
Yeah.
So I thank you for the opportunity, and this is like another family outside of family.
Yeah.
If you guys can relate to that, it's another family outside of family. So I love it. He called me up today. I said, that's fam. I said, I'll be there. And I'm here.
Yeah, once again, I truly appreciate it. Shouts out to our favorite fan, Miss Dub. Says, hi, Fred. Hi, Mario.
How you doing, Miss Dub?
Salute to you, Miss Dub. We appreciate people like yourself for dedicating your time on Wednesdays, every Wednesday you can, to be here and support and leave comments. And speaking of comments, we need everyone to leave comments throughout the whole show. Give us your opinions.
Yes.
Because the more that you interact with us, you know, the more that you leave comments, the better the show gets.
The better the show gets.
You know what I'm saying? Because we want to know what's going on in your perspective. You may be on point, you may be off, but we're gonna
try to get it right. We're gonna try to get it right.
Because you know we're not perfect, we're not trying to be, but we're just giving our point of view, our thoughts, and we're gonna see if y'all gonna roll with it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, what has your attention? What sports story or stories has your attention right now?
Well, I think the biggest one that got me right now is the Jameson Williams story. I think that's probably the one that got me.
And explain to everyone who he is.
Jameson Williams is St. Louis hometown product. I watched him when he played at Cardinal Ritter. The Detroit Pistons, they moved up in the draft to draft this kid. He was first started at Ohio State, then he transferred, went to Alabama, had a great collegiate career. Despite the injury, he had a great college career. Detroit moved up, picked him in the draft 2 years ago, maybe 3, I should say. Or I think it's more like 2 years ago. But he got, tested for PEDs. A guy of his stature, when you look at Jameson on the field, you would never think that he would use PEDs. Now, do I agree that's what he did? As a fan, no, I'm not going to agree with that, but I'm not the guy taking the test. I'm not the guy looking at his results. And his head coach, Dan Campbell, said that's family. And he's gonna ride with his player. And that's what a coach is supposed to do. They're supposed to ride with their player, not, necessarily saying that he's guilty or, anything like that. But only Jameson really knows what's going on.
Right.
He really knows the truth.
Right.
And I'm praying for the young man because he's done a lot for that city that people don't know about. He has done a lot for that city. And if you ever get a chance, they had an article on him on ESPN, I think it was about a week ago when he had his jersey retired at Cardinal Ritter. And they did a small little piece on him on ESPN. If you get a chance, it might still be there, it might not be, but it's a good piece that they put out there on him. And you get a chance, read it. But that's what got me. I was kind of shocked when I saw it come across my phone. I couldn't believe it. But that is the biggest thing I got. And then the other thing I probably would say is going into the 2025 WNBA season, there might not be a season because I don't think they're going to side with the collective bargaining agreement that they got.
Yeah.
So these women, these grown women that are playing basketball,
they want their money.
They want their money.
They want their money.
And I'm a fan of the game.
Yeah.
And I do believe that they deserve to be paid the money that they're owed.
Yeah.
And that will keep them from going to having to play
overseas
12 months out of the year.
Yeah, because that's taxing to the body.
Very taxing to the body.
Very taxing. And then it prevents what Brittany Griner had to go through.
Correct. Those two things I believe right now are my most important things that stand out to me as far as a fan of sports. Those two things. The WNBA collective bargaining agreement, that there might not be a 2025 season. Also, on top of that, they're going to go 7 games next year.
Yeah. I announced that on the show last week.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that because they deserve, like I said, their just due. And I think it's time now because the league is growing.
Yeah.
It's growing. For those that have never watched a WNBA game, I think you need to take the time out to watch it. You will be sucked in. I will agree. You will be sucked in.
Like every game, we'll talk about it in a second, but every game was a nail biter. You had to watch it. You know what I'm saying? and I knew that it was big because my wife, shouts out to you, wifey, love you. See when you get back home. But even she was tuned in.
Yeah. When you
So
when you get your wife tuned in,
that's when you know, like, when you get those who may not have followed the game to all of a sudden be like invested.
Yeah.
That's when you know that they're going down the right path.
Yeah, my son was like that.
Yeah, but
Marcel
going
was
back
like
to Jamison Williams, yeah, to me it was frustration because the first year he was injured coming out from Alabama. Then when he was ready, he got suspended because of the whole gambling thing,
which he didn't even know about.
And then now this, so it's like, especially because I'm rooting for the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. I have them as my NFC representative.
Okay.
And I've been calling for the Lions since Dan Campbell became a head coach. I said, watch them be a force. And now look at them.
Yeah.
But to see him, and then of course he being St. Louis, it's like, come on. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop doing stuff where it's a bad look. First as a brother.
Yes, definitely.
First as a brother. But then, you representing the hometown, it's like we don't want to keep getting ourselves associated with bad things going on.
Yes.
So,
I agree with that.
That was frustrating to me. But what has my attention, obviously, is this moment right here, especially being a father. You always dreamed of wanting to do amazing things for your kids. And then to do that, and then to do that, but then be able to do this.
History tonight, the first father-son duo to play together in an NBA game. This is all in the family. And what a celebration for the James family. Ronnie's brother and sister, his mom on hand.
I mean, I almost shed a tear when I saw that moment because that's touching to me to see everything. And people are gonna say nepotism, whatever. That's your opinion. And someone said something yesterday on TNT. It's like if Bronny didn't have that heart attack, and he did play the full season at USC, and he was, doing his thing, he would have got drafted by the Lakers because he would have been shot up higher in the draft.
He wouldn't have been.
So it's just amazing how things happen. And people, just want to see from a broad stroke. Oh, what's nepotism? Because he's LeBron's son and da-da-da-da-da. But when you do the things that LeBron has done, LeBron James has done since he was 17 years old.
That's a lot of weight.
When he was pressured in being called the chosen one. Since he was 16, 17 years old. And to do all the things that he has done, in which everything he went to, they won a ring. How many players can say that?
No.
In regards to 3 different teams.
No, you can't. You can't.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can.
But it's like how many guys can say 3 different teams?
Only got one that I can.
And he was the reason.
This guy really wants the reason, but
exactly. You talking about Ori?
Yeah,
exactly. He wasn't the reason why. Like he played a part.
Yeah, big shot.
But LeBron was the MVP of every championship.
Yes, he was.
That they won.
Yes, he was.
And even when Golden State beat him, people was like, he should have been the MVP. You know what I'm saying? But because Golden State won, they wanted to give it to a Golden State player. But for him to accomplish everything, it's like, and I said this even when he won against Golden State, that LeBron didn't owe us anything else after he came back and won at Cleveland.
When they was down,
3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
And he made which I call probably the best block I've ever seen in professional basketball. And to me, I will always call that the block because Andre Iguodala had a clean layup.
Yeah.
And he pinned that thing right against the glass and kept it in play. When he could have knocked it out of bounds, he kept it in play.
And that's something that when I played high school basketball back in grade school, because the school I went to, I was able to play varsity when I was in like 7th grade.
Okay.
And one of the players, Rodney Bond, he 6'6", 6'7", and when I say he could jump out the gym, but he was always taught that when you block the ball, Don't swat it out of bounds.
Keep it in
play. You know what I'm saying? And that's what LeBron did on that play. Even though he kind of had to because it was going off the backboard, but still, he kept it in play. But just going back to LeBron, for everything this man accomplished, but for you to have that longevity, 21 years.
21, yeah, this is year.
And what's so crazy, he's still one of the most elite players in the game.
He is.
Like, outside of what happened in the gold medal game in the USA, he was their best player. Like without LeBron going up to the championship game, they wouldn't have made it. Because no one else was like taking over.
No, it took a while for Steph to start cooking.
Yeah.
But consistently,
LeBron was the guy. And every player, because you did have some of the best players.
You did.
They were looking up to him for leadership.
The elder statements always carry the load.
Yeah. So for him to be almost 40 years old in December, he's still.
Yeah, shout out to LeBron. You born on the same day I'm born on, December 30th.
That's what's up. But yeah, he still is one of the elite players in regards to stand on the floor, you know what I'm saying, points, everything. You know what I'm saying? Even though now, as you saw last night, if you watched, like he wants to see AD take over every game.
He needs to.
He has to. You know, we talk about that very soon in the NBA talk. But, you know, he shouldn't have to be the guy every game.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But if he has to, he'll, you know, he do his little move and let's go, you know.
He'll do it.
But for him to still be at the level that he is, and now he has his son playing on the same team.
I like it.
It's amazing. Now, I did say this 2 weeks ago on the show. And even now, that may be the last time we see Bronny on the floor for a long time.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is one, in which, you know, it's not his fault, it's just how it is. But he's like only 6'1".
6'1". He's small.
Small guy. And he doesn't play point guard.
No, he does not.
That's a disadvantage.
Very.
You know what I'm saying? And he has to follow I would say follow the footsteps of guys like Chris Paul. And Damian Lillard, you know what I'm saying? You have to find a way to use your height to still make things happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Create shots. You know what I'm saying? And also you're behind D'Lo, Reeves, what's the point guard name? He used to play with Miami, but now he's a backup for the Lakers with the braids, light skin. Oh, tip of the tongue right now. But you're pretty much behind him. You know, you behind Max Christie. You know, you know, you're behind a lot of guys, so you have to jump the line, and you're just not there yet.
No,
you know what I'm saying? And so, pretty much, what I can see happening is go to the G League, learn, do your thing, dominate, and force them to say, "Oh, you know what? I see it.
Yeah,
he's ready."
Yeah, he ready.
You know what I'm saying? So right now, I just see it. Yesterday was probably his last game playing for a long time.
I believe so. And I agree with what you said, because I can't see him being in a consistent rotation.
No.
At all. You know, especially, let's say, because to me, I believe the season really starts after the All-Star break, because that's when everybody trying to get their playoff position.
Right.
And your roster, yes, it is already set, but then you start getting the rotations that you need, that you know you can point down the bench and they're like, hey, okay, all right, boom. Reeves, we need you. Point down there, Reeves checking the game. And the only thing I think with Bronny will hurt him is just his size. That's it. I would never say the man cannot play. If he couldn't play, he wouldn't have got drafted. So it's just his size. He go to the G League, he do his thing, and you never know. They'll give him that call and say, you know what, it's time. Just like Bruce Buffer said during the UFC fight, it's time. So I think it would be great for him to get that call. They bring him on up right around playoff time or whatever, and you never know what could happen. You never know.
Right.
he could get a breakout game, and we would never see it coming.
And I wish I could think of the other point guard's name. He plays for the Sacramento Kings, and he's like known as like a defensive stopper. Hold on. Matter of fact,
you're not talking. No, you're not talking about the starting point guard.
No. What is his name? Players. Here we go. What is his name here? Roster. Here we go. But he's known as like the lockdown point guard, or the lockdown guard. Like he'll always guard your best offensive player.
Best offensive player.
Ooh, man.
Oh, so he like Marcus Smart was for Boston.
I don't even see him on the roster. Did he? Is he not on the team no more?
I wouldn't know who you're talking about.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
All I know,
I guess he ain't.
DeMontis Sabonis, and De'Aaron Fox. That's it.
Oh man, who was on their roster last year? 2023. Let me see. Yeah, sorry, everyone, but because I'm trying to make a comparison, and I want to get this right first, so I can talk about him real quick. What is his name? Point guard. Davion Mitchell. That's who it is. He's like, let me see. He's 6'2", 205 pounds. But when I say this guy here, anytime their opponent had a guy that was scoring like crazy, like let's say Steph Curry, he'll be that guy to lock. I don't want to say stop Steph Curry, but he'll, you know what I'm saying, make it like hell, you know what I'm saying, for Steph Curry. That's who I can see Bronny James being right now until he gets more confident with his offensive game.
What's his name again?
Davion Mitchell.
Okay. I remember him.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about now. Yeah.
I remember him from last year.
Yeah. So
he was big time doing it for them for the playoffs last year.
Yeah. So like I said, just find a role. Once again, I say go down to the G League and then get that confidence up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then boom, you're good to go. But right now, I don't see him getting any clock.
No.
But once again, it was just an amazing moment to have the Griffeys there, King Griffey Jr. and Senior there at the game. For LeBron to say I'm the first NBA player ever to have my son, to have a son play with you on the same court.
And I like the way they checked into the game.
Yeah.
It was all business.
Yep.
It weren't a lot of smiles. It was all business when they got to the scores table. They took their warmers off, and LeBron went one way, Bronny went the other way, like he knew exactly what he needed to do.
And LeBron is good, man, because that moment there, I probably would have been like hugging my son, like we did it, you know. I'm just saying.
Hey, I guarantee you, after the game, that probably what happened.
Yeah,
that's probably what happened. And they played at home last night, so you know it was a moment in time that they can always rewind back, because I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah,
I know I would.
Definitely. All right, so let's go and get right into the nitty gritty. Congrats to the New York Liberty for winning the WNBA championship. But
boo. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Stanton. Boo.
But as no surprise, because of how the WNBA season has been,
I give them props.
It's been great, but it has been full of controversy.
A lot.
Whether it's on the court, off the court, dealing with a certain players. Yes. And we talked about it earlier, how every game was amazing.
Yeah.
In the WNBA.
This finals was
overtime galore. Sabrina Ionescu hitting Steph Curry like shots to win the game. You know, every game it was drama. And game 5 did not disappoint.
No, it didn't.
And let's show you the reason why there has been some drama. Once again, Breanna Stewart has the ball late in the game, and a foul call. different views on repeat. It was not a foul. And that changed
the entire game.
Yes. That changed the entire game, which led to the head coach from the Minnesota Lynx, Cheryl Reeve, to go unhinged and just enjoy this video right here.
And I know all the headlines will be Reeve cries foul. Bring it on, right? Bring it on. Because this shit was stolen from us. Bring it on. Well, we talked about it, you know. We know we could have done some things, right? But you shouldn't have to overcome to that extent. This shit ain't that hard. Officiating it's not that hard. When someone is being held, be consistent. If you don't want to hold it one, then don't call it the other. Be consistent. Every team asked for that, right? Sandy asked for that last game. So 3 of the games in the series, we're talking about the same damn thing, right? So I tell these guys, you know, for whatever reason, it didn't work out, right? It just doesn't feel right that you lose a series with that level of discrepancy, you know? And we don't have a team that whines and complains and, you know, all that stuff. And, you know, sometimes it probably hurts us. Maybe being a little more, I don't know, something. But I mean, I just think that, you know, you have a star player like Fee, you know, I don't get it. I don't get how she can be held and go to the basket and get hit. And then a marginal, at best, sends their best player to the free throw line. That's tough. It's tough to swallow. Just like our 2016 championship that was lost. Officiating, you know, missing a shot clock violation. This sucks. This is for a championship, right? For both teams. Let them decide it. What contact is legal should be the same for both teams. This isn't that hard. And so it's disappointing. You know, I mean, congratulations to the Liberty on their first championship. Been around, I don't know, how long has the league been around? 28 years? It took them 28 years. Congrats to them. You know, we were that close to our 5th. Just didn't happen, right? It's disappointing. It's incredibly disappointing. You know, but these guys, I mean, they got to try to pick themselves up and go, we were that damn close, and, you know, it hurts.
Ooh, that was,
Man, she did not let go, everyone. And this has been an ongoing issue with all sports, man, in regards to referees. And even my wife was like, how come, you know, they allowed this to happen, or how come this doesn't get challenged? You know, and they made a point, you can't challenge balls or strikes in baseball.
No,
you can't challenge a certain call being made, you know, certain calls in basketball being made. And same thing with football. You know, it's like certain things where it's like it's right in front of you. And because of the ref making a bold, bad decision, it can't be corrected.
No, it cannot.
And if you're trying to make the game better, you have to make sure that you get important moments right.
Well,
you have to. And like even LeBron was like, you know, saying, you know, why that was a terrible call.
Very
you know,
terrible
let
call.
them play. You know, whatever it is. The story should not be that a ref decided
the game.
The game.
Yeah, it should always be let the players decide the game.
Yeah,
let them play.
Yep.
And I saw she went straight up. And if you really look close at the replay, her hand was on the ball. It never touched Stewie.
There you go.
It never touched Stewie. Her hand was on the ball.
So Nafisa Collier from St. Louis, she showed 2 examples of calls that should have been made and was not made.
And she did not get that call. I was shocked at that myself.
Yeah. I mean, it was point blank and it did not happen. Once again, on the left, this is her getting fouled, but it was not called. On the right, there was a foul called, and Breanna Stewart wasn't touched.
She never touched Stewie at all. And when I saw it, the whistle blown, I said, what y'all blowing the whistle for? She never touched her. She never touched her.
Yep. But once again, overall, congrats to the Liberty. They did win, so we got to go and give them props still.
I give them props.
You know, the end shouldn't have been how it was, but that's how sports is. But overall, congratulations to the WNBA for a great season. It was their biggest season to date.
Yes, it
ever.
was. It was. It was their biggest season to date. And I just hope that this draft class can take it to a whole nother level this coming year.
Over the next 2 years, because you're gonna have eventually you're gonna have Paige Buchers, you're gonna have a girl from USC, Juju Watkins. So they coming, like Dion.
They coming.
They coming. You know what I'm saying? So exciting times, and then plus, like I was telling one of my friends, I was like, can you just imagine how Angel Reese is gonna be maybe 3 years from now when she even gets even more stronger and playing, playing basketball.
She's very, very tough and strong.
Yeah, and the same thing with like Caitlin Clark. She's gonna be even better.
I don't even want to talk about her, man.
She's gonna be even better.
That she is just special.
Yeah,
she's a special talent, and she can only get better. And when I mean get better, I mean get better to a point where it's nobody that they can put in front of her that can really stop her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying scoring wise, I'm talking about just defending her at all. You know what I'm saying? Because she dropped dimes, she scored buckets, she make everybody around her better. And I don't think if you watch her play this year, she made everybody around her better.
Yes, she did.
So, like you were saying, Smooth, and I agree with you, the league can only blossom and get better. And I think it's time for people to put them on notice because they are coming.
Yep. All right. So transition from the WNBA to the NBA. Talked about it last night, how the James family celebrated something amazing. But you also had the ring ceremony and a statement game.
It was a statement
by the Boston Celtics.
It was more than a statement game.
And when I say that the worst thing for the NBA, for the rest of the NBA, is Jason Tatum not getting clocked in Team USA.
Oh, I think
because he came out yesterday and he improved his jumper where he doesn't have that hitch. That's been the only thing that stopped him from being even better than where he was previously.
You are the only one I've talked to that agree with what I've been telling people.
Mm-hmm.
The best part of his game is him turning the corner and going downhill. You can't stop him once he turns the corner and go downhill. But the only thing that I really, really wanted him to work on was his jump shot. If he got that part of his game elevated and got better,
oh my God,
it's hard to defend a guy that can turn the corner because you got to give him space. So now he can shoot over top of you. Mm-hmm. So if he's shooting over top of you, now you got to play him close. Now
and he can blow by you.
Yep. So when you add them aspects to your game, you become a very dominant and elite player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which he's already been an elite player.
Yeah.
But now
it's a dominant elite
player. So, and then Jaylen Brown not being part of Team USA, he got bigger, stronger. And last night, now we know it's game one.
Yeah,
but last night, the way that they just dismantled the Knicks and without Porzingis.
I know. And they said they were 31-6 last year without
Porzingis.
So what does that tell y'all?
Oh my God.
31-6 without him. So just imagine if he would have played last night.
Exactly. My God, he adds a whole nother dimension.
They scary already.
Yes, and that's why we have this part of the show, this segment, because we're gonna talk about these, our predictions. So let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Okay.
Who do you have coming out of the Western Conference? Who is going to the NBA Finals?
If I had to pick right now, I'm going to go with them boys in Colorado.
Really?
I would probably say Denver. But the West is just so open, man, and it's really hard to really even say I would stick with Denver. I can't count Golden State out because you still got Steph there. I cannot count out Minnesota because the Ant-Man is for real. I don't know if y'all ever seen this guy play when he was in college, when he was in Georgia, but he is probably going to be between him and Wembanyama, they're going to be the next two faces of the NBA. But I think my dark horse, and I might just have to go on record with these guys right here. If OKC can stay healthy, I'm gonna pick OKC out the West. If I had to pick right now today and put a ticket on it, I'm gonna say OKC out the West if they can stay healthy. By them getting better,
yes,
through the trade.
That's it.
All you did now was say, Shay, all we gotta do now is share the basketball.
Yep, that's it. And yes, you
just share the basketball.
Now, just so you all know, we did not go over our picks. This we're getting this in right now. This is breaking news to me.
Yes, I would have to say OKC.
And I have OKC.
Yes,
going to the finals.
Yes,
that is crazy. And the reason why I say that, because I love the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, I don't mind being wrong at all. If LeBron and AD go, I'm so glad I'm wrong. But I got to keep it real too.
And that's why I had to go ahead and really, really be honest.
Yeah.
I do love my guy, the Joker, but them boys out there in Oklahoma City, with the trade that they did in the offseason,
Harvestein and Caruso,
all that did was make them better defensively, because you get to play defense is key going into the playoffs. It really is. And Harvestein brings another physical element to them, which they do not have.
That the Knicks are going to hate they don't have anymore.
And they said that last night. So we're going to see how much of an impact he does have on that team, which I think he will coming in. Caruso, I like him. But as far as overall pick, I have to pick OKC, hands down, coming out the West.
Yep, I agree. And just kind of break down, Clippers, you can't trust them.
No,
Kawhi's hurt. Golden State, Steph Curry is gonna be him, but do they have enough around him to win? I don't see it.
No.
Dallas, they can be a threat too. You know what I'm saying? You got Klay Thompson, Kyrie is back, Luka. Getting more. The game pretty much got the same guys.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But Klay Thompson isn't the same either.
No, he's not.
I mean, know what I'm saying?
For me, Dallas got to come off of they got to learn how to share the basketball. It's too much one-on-one with Luka bringing it down, Luka setting it up. He's doing a lot of dribbling, taking a lot of time off the shot clock. He's not sharing the basketball. He needs to learn how to share the basketball. You can look at the Houston Rockets. They still in a rebuilding process. Now somebody that could probably make a little bit of noise since he's back, and he's gonna make some noise because he's been gone. And I hope he got his mind together and he done left all his personal stuff at home. And he didn't bring his hard hat to work. If Ja and the Memphis Grizzlies can play as a collective unit,
and he got to stay healthy.
Because
last year when he came back, they were actually starting to make some leeway, but then he got injured and it killed everything.
Yeah, that's why I say if they can stay healthy, if he can stay healthy, they have a shot. New Orleans, same thing. Brandon Ingram stay healthy. Zion stay healthy, they got a shot. But out there in San Antonio, the West better keep an eye on what's going on with Popovich.
Yes.
And them Spurs.
Chris Paul, Wembanyama.
They better keep an eye on them because all you got to do is leave that door open just a little bit, and they'll sneak right on in there, even if they got to do a play-in. And to me, most teams sometimes they get a run off that playoff, that play-in win, and they tend to get a little run going on. So you never know what'll happen with them Spurs. The Suns are gonna be Phoenix. I'm gonna just leave that as is. The Sacramento Kings, they're another team. They're gonna be who they are, but like you and I said, Fred. I mean, you got to look at it. OKC has the better option to be the ones to take out everybody in the West, including the Nuggets, including Minnesota. Minnesota didn't really show me much last night.
And I was gonna say about Minnesota, I'm not convinced that Julius Randle is the answer to help them get over the hump. If I was Minnesota, I would have kept Karl Anthony Towns with
Rudy Gobert,
with AE, but I would have found a way to probably get rid of Rudy Gobert, because to me, he was a so-called defensive player of the year, but he did not show that at all when it mattered the most in the playoffs. He was a liability. He had moments, but he was not that guy to me. That, you know what I'm saying? Okay, boom. Now we're ready to win. No, it's something about this game that I get very frustrated because they're like, you too tall to be soft in certain moments. Truthfully, you are. And Minnesota will still make it to the playoffs. They'll probably get to maybe the conference championship. I mean, conference championship or quarterfinals. But I think that they lost a step not having Karl Anthony Towns anymore.
Well,
which leads to OKC going to the finals.
Yeah.
East, who you got?
I mean, one team out the East got better, and you saw them last night.
Yes.
But evidently, they didn't come to play, and that was the Knicks. The Knicks got better. Hands down. I mean, you can look at it, and I'm not gonna base it off just one game. Boston did what most teams supposed to do when you win the championship. You keep everybody there, and they kept everybody. Devin White could have took money and went somewhere else. Derek White could have took money and went somewhere else. It's a lot of people on that roster that know that they are role players, and they know they role,
and they accept it because they know that they are in a winning situation.
Yes, they are. So, like JT said last night,
let's do it again.
Let's do it again. I mean, you would be disappointed in yourself if you did not pick Boston to come out the East. The Knicks have a chance to be that threat. Milwaukee, we'll see how the season goes with them. That's how I look at Milwaukee. Atlanta, don't know. Charlotte, don't know. Chicago, don't know. Cleveland, they like a 50-50 raffle for me. Detroit, they still trying to put it together. Toronto.
Right. How about the Pacers?
They are probably, between them and the Magic, are going to probably be my sleeper teams. If I really had to pick between the two, it would probably be the Orlando Magic with the addition of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Yeah.
So, and with him I'm just curious to see, you got the bag, now can you continue to play at the same level that you was playing in Denver?
And then for me, it's like, can you trust the 76ers? You know what I'm saying? With Embiid, with Paul George, who I thought was probably going to be out for the year after I saw that replay of him hyperextending his knee. I'm like, oh my goodness. Cavaliers, they're right there.
They're right there.
I mean, he had a great postseason last year.
Donovan Mitchell.
But I just don't know if he can lead a team over the hump.
I don't think he's not a Batman.
Yeah.
He's a Robin.
Yeah, I agree. This just in, Lonzo Ball just made his first 3-pointer of the season.
Ooh,
so
okay.
he's playing. He's
Okay,
back.
good.
The
Good.
Bulls are still going to suck, but he's back playing.
That's
so
good.
congrats
That's
to
good.
you, Lonzo Ball. Pacers are going to be right there.
Yeah, they'll be there.
I probably see them maybe as either the third or fourth best team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, they're going to be there.
Milwaukee,
the Bucks going to be the Bucks.
Man, yeah, exactly. But it's like because last year Giannis got hurt at the end of the season and he didn't play in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Middleton always gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
What will happen this year with Dame and Giannis? Like, will they get to a level where it's like they're dominating together every game? Can they do that? We don't know.
No, because you haven't seen it yet.
And the Hawks, no, ain't worry about them. Hornets, no. The Heat, they'll probably make the playoffs.
They're going to be there.
Because Bam, especially now that he has improved his outside jumper.
Oh, yeah, he showed that in the Olympics.
Yeah. But they're not going to probably get past the quarterfinals. Mm-mm. Magic can be scary, like you said.
Yeah, they can be very scary.
Wizards, don't even worry about them. So, looks like we both agree on Boston versus OKC.
Yeah.
With the winner, to me, I'm saying Boston's going to repeat.
Yeah, they probably will. I can't see. There is really no. I can't really see anybody. There's really no matchup.
Yeah.
For the players that they have on their team.
Yeah. The best thing that Boston did last year was getting Drew Holiday.
Oh.
When I say that was the biggest move for them was to get him as a point guard who can defend, who can create his own shot.
Yes.
I mean, that was the perfect move for Boston. And he already won a championship with the Bucks.
The Bucks, yeah.
So he already brought that pedigree. So it's like nothing can phase him.
Now these, I can't say they are similar, but Drew Holiday remind me of Rajon Rondo when he was in Boston. Now I'm talking about the young version of Rajon Rondo.
Right.
Not the older one.
Right.
The one that Doc Rivers threw out there as a kid coming out of Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
When his game wasn't really all that. He played defense. He made smart decisions. And he didn't have a high assist to turnover ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you got KG, Paul Pierce,
Ray Allen.
Yep. Why would you want to turn the ball over?
Right.
It's the same thing with Drew Holiday, what he got now. You got Tatum, Brown. You can even throw Porzingis in there. You can throw in Derek White. Anybody that's consistent that can shoot the basketball, they're fine. And as you saw, like I saw last night, like I was telling you before the show, it looked just like they were playing pickup basketball last night. It looked like, it was unbelievable to watch them share the basketball the way they shared the basketball last night. Everybody got a chance to put their hands on the basketball last night, and it worked.
Yep.
And like you said earlier before the show, you got a guy like Tatum that didn't get any clock during the Olympics, so you got a chip on your shoulder.
Yes.
You're not really proving nothing to the country that you know how to play. I didn't take it like that. It's just that
you playing because you pissed off.
You playing because you pissed off, and this is what you didn't get a chance to see.
Right.
Jaylen Brown, you didn't even pick the guy.
That was politics right there.
Kawhi hurt. Nothing against Derek White, but I think I would have took Jaylen Brown over Derek White. Another big. Another, as I call them, hybrid players now. But you chose Derek White. That's cool, that's fine, but he's playing with a chip on his shoulder. The same way I said about Jason Tatum saying that, he's letting America say, hey, look, this is what y'all didn't get a chance to see. Jaylen Brown doing the same thing. I should have at least been a sub. I ain't have to be a starter.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been a sub. But the committee know going forward, when it's in LA this year, well, not this year, in 2028.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he'll be on that team. I guarantee you he will be.
And speaking of LA, let's segue right into some baseball because on Friday night, we have the matchup that I think the world was dying to see.
I know I was.
The New York Yankees versus the LA Dodgers. First game goes down Friday at LA. Judge, Ohtani, Juan Soto, Mookie Betts. I mean, when I say
the stars,
this is going to be a ratings sweep in regards to this is the exact thing that Major League Baseball needed.
They need this right now.
Yeah.
They need this right now.
This is going to be an incredible matchup. I look forward to it. This can possibly go to a 7-game series. I hope it does.
I hope it do. I want to see playoff baseball.
Yes. So you have the two best teams, best in the AL, best in the NL, and this should be once again a very exciting series. I look forward to it. So with that being said, there's been a lot of people who's been questioning the playoff format over the last 3 seasons, because now over the last 3 years you have a best of 3 wild card round, then you have a best of 5 divisional series, then you have a best of 7 conference series, in which people were saying, oh man, you know, they try to do too much to add so many more teams. In which that's kind of like that helps the league, because now it makes more teams opportunity to get into the postseason.
Yes.
But then they say, well, sometimes you might the first round. I mean, the number 1 overall seeds may have an extra 5 days off. But if you are a top seed, especially after a long, grueling 162 game season, you would embrace having days off, so your best guys can relax for a minute before
starting a long journey to the World Series.
So with that being said, did MLB, in your mind, get it right with this playoff format?
I look at it as you have a lot of teams that do well throughout the season. They never, like you said, they never get the opportunity to even make it to the postseason. So why not extend the league? Because basically that's what they did in a way. They kind of extended the league slightly, just a little bit, by breaking it down a little bit. It's the same way the NBA do with the play-in round. They don't have to do that, but they chose to find another way to make it accessible for teams that put in that hard work. Well, you know what? Let's get them a shot. You never know. So do I think they got it right? Yeah, I think they got it right. I really do think they got it right. And of course, I'm going to look at it from a money aspect. Yes. From a money aspect, yeah, they got it right there too. But still, as far as from a sports fan looking at it, yes, I do believe they got it right. I do believe they got it right. And if you earn those 5 extra days off, then 5 days extra off can either help you or they can hurt you. But I look at those 5 extra days off for pitching, because to me, playoff baseball is all about your starting pitching rotation that you get, where your starting pitcher and who can come in and relieve them after that pitch count gets too high.
Yeah.
And I need you to close this game out. If we up 2-0, I need you to come in and close this game out for me. So that's why I said I think they got it right. Being off, if you off for those 5 days, I think it benefits the pitchers. Yes, position players, yes, but I think it benefits the pitching staff more than anything.
And then also, to me, the playoffs shouldn't be predictable.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, last year I know that the Texas versus Arizona didn't get a lot of good ratings.
No, it
but the journey of how both teams got there was exciting.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it should be about. And this year, once again, Major League Baseball got so lucky. We're getting the best 2 markets to play head to head. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it just to be an all-around great series, great storylines, great talent. Look forward to seeing the best of the best show up and show out, which leads to now our predictions in regards to who do we have winning the World Series, Dodgers or the Yankees? I'll go ahead and go first. Both teams stacked lineup wise. The big question is going to be pitching in this series. The biggest question is going to be pitching and who has the upper hand in regards to pitching. And as of right now, man, it's tough. It's tough. But I'm going to go ahead and give it up to the Dodgers. I'm going to say the Dodgers are going to pull things off. I feel like their starting pitching, their pitching overall, will be a little bit better than the Yankees. I think that the Dodgers are more loaded as a lineup. And the Yankees may not have enough in regards to the pitching to contain Ohtani and Betts and Freeman and even Tommy Edman, former Cardinal, doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of weapons. So I'm going to say the Dodgers. You go ahead with your prediction.
Well, at the beginning of the show, we said you never know what might happen on the show. So I'm just going to say this one little quote. And I'm going to give y'all a visual aid to go with my quote. I'll just let this man be the judge of that.
Sit down a little bit more.
I'll just
you go.
Let Judge. We'll let Judge be the judge of that right there.
There it is.
So of course, I'm gonna go with the Yankees. I've been a Yankee fan for a long time. Growing up, I was a Yankee fan. My grandfather was a Yankee fan. Nothing against the Dodgers. Nothing. Great pitching staff. Great core of players as a whole. And that's on both sides of the field. I think that it's going to be a great game. Every game going to be good. And I'm like you. I think it just comes down to the pitching. It's not about how many runs you're going to score. It's who has the best rotation as far as who's going to start and who can close. Who can come in the middle if somebody's struggling and at least carry me for 2 or 3 innings to at least get me closer to closing the game out. So he got LA. I'm gonna take the Yankees, and we're gonna see how it go. Friday's gonna be
it is.
It's gonna be on. So I'll be texting you if y'all take that first L.
Nah, don't say y'all because I ain't saying I'm a Dodger fan.
I know you.
You know
not.
what I'm saying? But
I know
right now,
it's
all about STL.
I know it is. I know it is.
So
I just had to throw that out there.
Don't put me out there like that now.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. And Major League Baseball as a whole, they need this. This
yes,
is probably
they do.
two of the best historic franchises that they got.
It is.
And I think right now, I'm not saying Major League Baseball is really, really struggling, but they really need something right now to draw the fans in, because last year that Arizona World Series game, it was not high on the ratings, not high at all. This right here is must-see TV.
Yes, it is. So speaking of must-see, man, college football week 8 this past weekend. Oh my goodness. It was amazing, and I do have an update. So for our next segment is in regards to Mizzou, but I'm going to put this out here right now. Well, no, I'll save it. I'll save it. I'll save it. Little teaser, but I do have some updates here of some breaking news coming up in regards to Mizzou talk. But overall college football, Alabama barely escaped in South Carolina. Barely escaped. And I was like, wow, like this whole season of college football, I had the discussion last week, I believe, a lot of parity. It's not that one. Prior to last week, we thought we did have at least one dominant team. But that changed after Georgia beat Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of, you just don't know what's going to happen on any given Saturday.
No, you don't. I never really thought that Texas was dominant by looking at their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason Oregon looks that good is because of they really only play one real
Ohio State
good game, Ohio State. Their strength of schedule is not that great. Everybody else after that is just about their strength of schedule and who they play next. The SEC games, everybody know how that go. Best college football conference in the country. They're going to beat each other up. So if you really look at it, you still really don't have a real dominant team. In my opinion, you don't. But it's wide open right now. Anybody could win this college football championship this year. Anybody.
So Oregon has Illinois. They're coming in hot.
They coming in hot.
20th ranked Illinois.
And I think they are playing them. Are they playing them in Eugene?
Yeah.
That's a win.
Then after that, they play at Michigan.
Now that might be now they playing at the Big House?
Yes.
Now that might be their second best, toughest game going into the season right there. Because it's tough to beat Big Blue in the Big House.
Then they have Maryland, then they have at Wisconsin, then they play host to Washington. So that ends their season. But as of right now, they're number one. Do not sleep on Illinois.
I won't.
They almost beat Penn State at Penn State.
Yeah,
they just defeated Michigan at home. They're a team that's playing lights out. That it's they're at that point of the season in which a high-ranked team does not want to see them.
No, I mean look what Northern Illinois did to Notre Dame.
Yeah,
that has to be the biggest upset of the season.
The biggest moment in college football was Texas and Georgia.
Yeah, it was.
And the fans was pissed, and that happened. Which fans was throwing everything they could on the field when they were mad about a penalty being called for pass interference when clearly it was not a pass interference.
No.
And then surprisingly, because the wife and I was watching the game, look at that.
It wasn't.
And I was like, normally they don't review pass interference calls or whatever.
That one.
But they did, and they surprisingly reversed it.
Mm-hmm.
But before then, that happened.
Man,
when you saw that,
I watched it.
When you saw that, it's like, I understand that you're pissed, but it still doesn't call for you to throw stuff on the field. Like, no matter what goes on, and you probably was some 21-year-olds drunk, whatever it was, but still, that doesn't matter that you still doing this. And now, from what I understand, the NCAA put down a stiff fine to Texas, like a $200,000 fine, and they're going to use video to find out which students threw
that's not good.
the items onto the field.
That's not good.
Plus, once they find out who each student was, that student will be banned from going to the rest of their games this year. So it just shows that, yes, you have the opportunity to watch great games, but don't mess up that opportunity by being stupid.
Yeah.
And doing what you just saw on your screen, everyone, in regards to throwing bottles and whatever, delaying the game, having the coach Sarkisian going out there like, stop. You know what I'm saying? It just a bad look.
I mean, even the PA announcer said, please refrain from throwing objects on the field. They still was throwing objects on the field. And I mean, that makes them look bad. They makes the fans look really, really bad.
Yeah. So, and then for Texas to still lose a game after that. Like, it was like, because Texas had a drive.
They did.
But then Georgia came right back
and
made plays. and that kind of like killed their momentum.
It killed them.
So a huge shout out to Kirby Smart for allowing his guys to face adversity. Not allowing, but for having his guys face adversity,
yeah.
and for them to go up there to #1 Texas in a hostile environment and pretty much saying, don't forget who we are. We still them dogs.
They still them dogs.
Still them dogs. So that was a huge moment, huge game. But going to next week, I want to focus on MIZZOU. They face Alabama this Saturday on ABC. So the whole world will be watching, just like they did 2 weeks ago against Texas A&M, and we saw what happened then. Alabama is not the normal Alabama. There's no Nick Saban. They already lost 2 games. They could have lost a third one. Next week, Alabama plays at oh my God, who was it? Who they play next week?
Let me look.
Oh my God, I had it to the tongue, but I just forgot who it was. But Alabama plays because they lost to Tennessee last week. And I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago they almost lost against South Carolina. But then last week they lost to Tennessee. And then they face LSU next week.
Do they play them in
yes.
They go on the road?
Yes.
It's gonna be tough to play in Death Valley on the road. I wonder, is it a night game?
Yeah, probably so. More than likely it will be.
I think if it's prime time, it's tough to play at Death Valley at nighttime.
So with that being said, Mizzou has this history of having an opportunity during the regular season to win a very important game that can put them in a different stratosphere. Meaning that, because like the rest of the season, they're not going to have a tough schedule after Alabama. This is your moment to set yourself apart from everyone else and have a great shot of getting a college playoff position. They have to win at Alabama. Can Mizzou finally win a must-win regular season game this Saturday? Before you answer that, breaking news earlier. Brady Cook, quarterback of Mizzou, is listed as doubtful for the game, which is the most Mizzou thing because something always has to happen in which the odds are stacked even more because now it's very possible because he's been very limited from what the sources have been saying. He's been very limited in practice because of his ankle injury that he suffered against Auburn, that he went to the hospital, came back, and basically won a game for the team. But now that he's doubtful, that kind of adds on to the question now. Because Drew Penny, who came in and replaced Brady Cook, act like he was still playing in high school. He did not throw anything past 10 yards. He looked like he was a deer in headlights.
Yes, he did.
I'm like, why the hell is he even playing? Why does he even have a jersey on? And Mizzou announced that their leading running back, Noel, is out of the game due to an injury as well. So now you might not have Brady Cook, you might not have Noel, you might be having this Drew Penny guy. Can Mizzou finally win a must-win regular season game Saturday?
We would love to get y'all feedback.
Yes, please leave comments.
Please leave comments on this. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm a big college football fan. I told the guys at work, the gauntlet started with Mizzou at A&M. If they can run this gauntlet right here, winning at least one out of these two, I wasn't even counting the UMass game. I was counting
that high school game. You mean?
Yeah. I was counting A&M. I was counting the Auburn game, and I was counting this game right here. I said, if they can win 2 out of these 3, I think they'll be fine. Now, I think they have enough talent to beat them. Alabama has been exposed. Tennessee exposed them. And they really did Saturday. And if you look at it, they played clock management type of a game. So it wasn't really a lot of points being scored. When you slow the game down and play at your pace, you kind of keep Miro on the sidelines. You have to keep the defense on the field. You tire them out, but you got to score touchdowns. You can't kick a lot of field goals. So with that being said, I think Brady Cook going to play. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there.
Because truthfully, it's like he knows that
he know what time that is.
You know what I'm saying? This is his 5th year. After this season is over.
It's over. Yeah, he's going to play. And he probably getting treatments. That's probably why he's not practicing all week. I wouldn't be surprised they even putting him in the boot.
Right.
So I'm going to say Mizzou a win. And I think they'll win by a field goal. I think they win. I think they'll win by 3. I think if Brady Cook manages the game and he uses every offensive weapon that he has.
Yes. Open up the playbook.
Drake, and let him play football.
Yes.
Sometimes in a game like this, you got to have fun. If you're out there having fun playing football, the game come to you. You don't have to come to the game.
Right.
And if they can get out there and play football, he can have fun while playing football. Mizzou should be able to win by 3. As long as the defense keep everything in front of them, they're fine. I love their 17-year-old wide receiver. I love him.
Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams is special, ladies and gentlemen.
And going back to the defense real quick,
God, he's special.
That's been an issue with Mizzou is that like it'd be like a 3rd and 10 or a 3rd and 14, and they can't make that stop.
Nope.
You cannot do that against Alabama. You have to stop them on 3rd down. You have to.
You had to stop them on 3rd down. And I think they have enough talent really on both sides of the ball to cause problems for Alabama. Like I said, they got exposed by Tennessee, and it wasn't nothing Tennessee did that was special. But I think the thing is what Tennessee did, what a lot of people haven't been able to do against Alabama is they ran the football down their throat Saturday. Because I watched it.
And the biggest issue with Mizzou versus more elite programs like Georgia, like Alabama, like LSU, is that they have a hard time in the trenches.
Yes, they do. They do. They really do. They really do. But I think it's enough talent there for them to go in Tuscaloosa. And I think they play, 3:30?
Yeah.
I think it's a 3:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 2:30 game. Fresh afternoon game. You got plenty of rest. You gotta go in. I'm gonna be honest. Any Mizzou fans out here watching this, they gotta go in as if this is their game to get into the college football playoff.
Their SEC championship.
That's what they gotta look at it as. And listening to a lot of stuff that they said in the beginning when I was watching college game day, Mizzou had the easiest, pretty much really almost the easiest path to get to the SEC championship game. All they had to do was either beat either A&M or Alabama. So now it's theirs. It's just theirs for the take.
Put up a shut up.
Put up a shut up time. And I think Mizzou win by 3.
Man.
Mizzou win by 3.
I want to go with you so bad, man. But I've been burned too many times.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it, Smith.
I have. I've been burned so many times by Mizzou not showing up, letting referees affect their game, their mental. One thing goes wrong, then they all just go downhill or they don't come to play. Brady Cook act like he's a freshman, not a 5-year senior.
Yeah, I agree.
Luther Burden, he doesn't get something that go his way. He's on the bench. He's like this, like it's the end of the world.
Yeah,
defense can't start no one on 3rd down. So as of right now, I just can't see Mizzou winning that game. I want to be so wrong. I hope I am.
I hope he is.
But I'm not confident going to this weekend. But I'll be there. I mean, not be there, but I'll be watching and supporting and rooting them on and everything. But I'm not confident. But our last segment of the evening. Once again, this is the Platform Sports Talk Show, the main show going down. Yours truly, along with
Mario.
And let's go ahead and talk about NFL Week 7 takeaway. So let's go ahead and go right into the standings real quick, man, because a whole lot has shifted over the last couple of weeks. AFC East, Buffalo, they got firm control, 5-2. Looking like they're going to go ahead and win that division. Now, it is reported that Tua may be back this weekend. Your thoughts on that?
I'm a Miami
for
fan.
The Dolphins, excuse me.
I'm a Miami fan. Do I agree with that? I'm not him. But as a fan, if you know what you're doing, then that's fine. If you know more about your physical health, then that's fine. Will it be the spark that we need? Possibly, yes. Can we go on a run to at least make a wild card? Maybe. We shall see. So, do I think him coming back is a good thing? As a fan, no. I mean, as a human being, no. But as a fan, yes. Come on back and let's see what happens. Let's see if things can change. This week, this is week 8 right here. So, let's see. That's the only thing I can say.
The Jets got Devontae Adams. They still lost against Pittsburgh, but do you see them making any kind of run, or are they still short of additional pieces?
Devontae, well, no, they're not short pieces. They're not short pieces at all. I just think that they need time. They just need time, and I think once the timing and the rhythm gets back between him and Aaron Rodgers, I think they'll be okay. I think he's gonna be more. I don't know if you saw the shot of him mentoring Garrett Wilson on the sidelines during the game Monday night, and he's gonna be more of a mentor too. Is there anything else missing? No. Breece Hall, great running back. Offensive line, I mean, it's doing its thing, but I think the biggest problem might be just they don't really have guidance on the sideline as far as the coaching go, I think.
Especially because Robert Saleh just got released a couple weeks ago.
So if you really want to look at the organization as a whole, I can't blame it all on players. Sometimes your missing piece might just be the coach. It might just be. And I think they gave up on Robert Saleh too fast.
Yeah. That's typically how it is with black coaches.
Yeah.
But anyway, AFC South, Houston and the Colts right there, 1 game difference. Houston lost last week against the Green Bay Packers. Great game. I still see them winning the division, but the Colts are right there. And Anthony Richardson just came back too.
Well, if he can stay healthy, they got a chance.
Yeah, I can definitely see them hitting the wild card. Just double check. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I just want to make sure that we didn't lose y'all. But yeah, so once again, Mike Tomlin doing his thing. Russell Wilson came in and won the game. Helped the Pittsburgh Steelers win the game in regards to last week against the Jets. Baltimore, they just been looking better and better each week. How can you stop Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry now?
What I want to, my question is to the viewers, did y'all see what I saw Monday night? Lamar throwing the football and not really running the football? Did y'all see a little bit of Derrick Henry and him throwing the football more? I think Todd Monken has finally figured it out now. He has finally figured it out now. I got pieces I can play with now, and I don't have to necessarily run the football every possession. So when you got a nice back like Justice Hill you can go to, and Mark Andrews has finally appeared, ladies and gentlemen. So when you got weapons like that, it's hard to beat a team that got everything. And they got everything. The only question is their defense is questionable. That's it. That's the only thing.
Cincinnati is 3-4, only 2 games behind first place. I cannot give up on them because every year they have a slow start, but then all of a sudden, right at the right time, they win like 10 in a row, and they're the best thing since sliced bread. What are your thoughts on the Bengals?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Their biggest piece of their offense plays in Houston now. And that's Joe Mixon. When Joe Mixon left, that whole offense changed. And he felt a certain type of way about that. And I probably would too. But if they can get a running game going, they'll be fine. Can I count them out? No, I can't count out Cool Joe. Not just yet.
So this last team in the AFC North, the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson. And I saw the video. It looked bad.
Yeah, that's his Achilles.
He popped his Achilles.
Yes, that's the Achilles.
And
I think this might be
this is a topic of conversation. So when he was getting put in on a cart and rolled out, in regards to being taken out from the field, apparently the fans were booing him. There has been a few viewpoints from players, from media, the whole nine. What are your thoughts first in regards to the fans booing him? And we all know the reason why.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. The man he hurt himself. Any injury to me on the football field is you can't predict it. They all are big time injuries. So why boo the man? Yes, I understand he's been paid a lot of money. But I can't put that all on Deshaun Watson. You've taken every piece that he has and traded him away. You just get Nick Chubb back. He just not. He had, to me, I always say this about a lot of quarterbacks. He does not fit. To me, he does not fit that system.
That's why I said in the man cave chat that Stefanski shouldn't get fired.
He does not fit that system. And everybody was like, well, he's been out for a year and da-da-da. The receivers in Houston made him look better. Okay. All right. I'll take that. But he had a semi-running game when he was in Houston. The defense wasn't that bad in Houston. The defense not bad in Cleveland either. But I just think that OC in Cleveland is not utilizing Deshaun to the best of his ability. And if I was a fan, I would not be booing a man as he's being carted off the field after I've torn my Achilles. So now as a human being, oh, well, y'all don't want me here? Okay, that's fine. The time that I'm out, I'll find somebody that wants to buy out the rest of this contract, and I can go and play football somewhere else.
Now, on the flip side, because this is the reality, and we had to admit, because when I saw it happen, the first word I thought about was karma.
Yeah, me too.
That's the first word that I thought about was karma. And we all know what happened. We all know about the only thing that they're not even allegations. It's what happened. But the first thing that I thought about was karma. Now, a few players, some from the Browns, even LeBron James was speaking out about the treatment of the fans in regards to Deshaun Watson. Jameis Winston, who will be starting this Sunday, he had this quote right here.
And now he has to overcome another obstacle. So I'm going to support him. I'm going to lift him up. And I'm going to be there for him. Because I see the way he fights. I see the way that he works. And I know who he is as a person. And that's all I have to say to address him.
So
I like that.
Now, I understand where he's coming from. But the biggest issue that a lot of people are having is, where was this energy in regards to the victims? Where was this kind of energy when he was at that time alleged to have done those things? Where was that energy for standing behind women or those women who are victims of what Deshaun Watson did? That's the main thing that people have been saying, is that all these guys are trying to have his back. All these guys are saying this on Twitter, on the X or whatever. But where was this energy when it came to defending women who were victims of what he did?
I mean, that's a different side of the coin, like you said. I mean, you go from the athletic aspect of this to the personal side. Some people don't really get involved in your personal business, but when it comes to what the allegations were, the same energy, like you said, the same energy that you have for this guy when he's hurt, you should have had that for those that were accused. And
like for instance, how come there wasn't more speeches like this in regards to we as NFL players, we as men who are in a dominant sport, we work out, we're more, we're like the aggressor. We have this. We had to be mindful of how we treat women. You know what I'm saying? Women would want to hear that.
I guess I look at it like this. I mean, you and I are probably in the same age bracket, but the world is evolving. Everything is changing right in front of our eyes. Certain things, topics like that were more serious then. I'm not saying they lenient now, but they take into consideration of, oh, he's a professional athlete. He makes this amount of money. I don't know if he actually really did this, but you got people coming to you, man, saying, yes, this really happened to me. So you're not trying to help me just because he's an athlete? You going to believe what he said? But his support group, like you just said, I don't know where they were when he was in that time of need as far as his football teammates were concerned. Because I didn't never really hear anybody come out and really say they support him, they stand behind him. They, like Jameis Winston said, they know his workout, they see what he do. I didn't hear anybody say none of that when he was going through his rough patch, or should I say his dark patch in his life. It was nobody there. Nobody said anything at all, period. It was just Deshaun Watson by himself. Oh, he'll be okay. He'll figure out a way to do it. He'll settle with somebody. Okay, just because you settle with somebody don't make it go away. It's going to always be there.
Right.
So if we're supposed to be a brotherhood now, then you're supposed to stand beside your brother and support him in any way, shape, or form. If he down and out, you're supposed to support him. And I don't think that's what they were doing during that time period that he was down. And I think he didn't play for that whole year of, what was that? 20, what's this? Shoot, he didn't play for 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, like 21 he didn't play.
Yeah, so all of what the fans did, and I'm pretty sure that played into a little bit of why they were booing him, because you got people that will never forget that. And we'll just, I just want to see what's going to happen going forward.
It could be because he wasn't doing anything while he was playing.
I've watched a few of the games. He did not look like the Deshaun Watson of old.
Right.
And people are like, well, you can't base a guy after he sit out a long time. No, you can't. But if you saying you're working on your craft, you're supposed to get better. But I don't know that. So his teammates know that. But
in the words of UGK,
he's supposed to show up on the field.
In the words of UGK, let me see it.
Oh, let me see it. Let me see it.
All right, so let's continue on, man, with these standings real quick. So in the AFC West, let's start off with Denver. The Chargers, 1 game apart. Denver 4-3.
I like that boy.
You talking about Drake? Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, most NFL quarterback ready, NFL ready quarterback to come out of the draft, in my opinion, and he landed in a great spot. Sean Payton can only make him better.
Yeah, Vegas 2-5. The team that is 6-0, the Kansas City Chiefs, they just recently defeated the 49ers in San Fran. And what is so amazing about what they're doing right now is that they're not even playing with all the best players. Not even close. They're not even peaking in regards to how great this team could be. Patrick Mahomes hasn't even been the normal going crazy on the offense. Patrick Mahomes. The story for this team has been their defense.
And the same story it was last year.
You know what I'm saying? And like Travis Kelce hasn't been the same. Like he may have 1 or 2 years left and he's done. But for this team to go through all this adversity and still be 6-0, and I've been saying this, as long as number 15 is behind center, I cannot doubt the Kansas City Chiefs. Then 5 in the morning, I found out that the Chiefs did that. Traded for DeAndre Hopkins. And I saw that, I was like,
I think that came across my phone too. I'm
like, wow. And from what I'm understanding, the Chiefs aren't done yet. They're looking for another wideout. If they do, even with this alone, is big time for both parties, DeAndre and the Chiefs. But if they end up getting another, because word was that they were even trying to see about Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, I saw when you put that in there.
And I was like, oh my God, if they do that.
They get a healthy Cooper Kupp.
Right. If they do that, but still, to get DeAndre Hopkins, and then they're still on the market looking for another elite receiver, if they do that, like I said, you haven't even seen the best of the Chiefs. And they're 6-0. Like, truthfully, if I'm correct,
they're nice.
If I'm correct, ever since Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce became a thing, if I'm correct, I don't think they lost the game.
They have not.
Okay. So I just want to make sure.
They have not. They have not. I don't know what I've read it somewhere or I heard it, and they're actually starting to make that a stat now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I said, you know what? I need to go back and really look. And I looked at, and they said every game she has attended, they have not lost. Even if it's on the road,
right?
They haven't lost. Now, do they have a little bit of chink in their armor?
Yes, they do.
They do. Are they completely the best team in the league?
No.
No. The record might say that, but are they? Yes. They beat Baltimore already.
They beat San Fran already.
They beat San Fran. If
they beat Cleveland, the Bengals already.
And
too.
they beat Joe. My thing is this. You get a DeAndre Hopkins. If everybody else and I think old boy should be getting ready to come back too, isn't he?
Hollywood Brown.
Yeah, he about to come back. The running back should be on his way back soon.
Woo! Pacheco.
So once you get Pacheco back, add him in the mix with now a healthy, powerful Kareem Hunt.
My God.
It's tough to beat them in Arrowhead. I'm going to just say it right now. It's going to come through Arrowhead in order for you to get to New Orleans, because I think the Super Bowl in New Orleans this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So anybody in the AFC, y'all need to get y'all together. And I'm talking to them guys that wear that purple and black and white that played Tampa Bay Monday night. His name is Lamar. You need to get y'all ish together, man, because I think y'all on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe if there was one team that would really give them the problem, it's gonna be them. It's gonna be them. And I think Baltimore has enough to do it. I would, if Pittsburgh can stay on the road that they on, I could see Pittsburgh doing it. But right now, if the Chiefs get healthy and get reloaded,
man. So
Whew.
NFC East looks like we have a tight one here.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be tight.
Commanders, Eagles, Cowboys, right there.
Jerry's kids.
NFC South, another tight one in regards to the top two teams, Falcons and the Buccaneers. The Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings are both 5-1. Look at the whole NFC North.
Well,
every team in the NFC North might make the playoffs.
Right now, that's probably the best division in football.
And
right
no, it is. And
it is.
Ever since that Man Cave episode, the Bears haven't lost.
Well, we discussed that on the episode, and I was telling Craig Black, they only play as good as Caleb gonna play. If Caleb play well, they win football games. Caleb play bad, they'll win football games. But he has to be able to have a running game to take the pressure off of him of consistently throwing the football.
Yeah.
And that's any quarterback in this entire league. You got a running game going, you can do things. And to be honest, people don't believe Kansas City run the football a lot. Kansas City run the football. And if you got a running game, that takes pressure off Pat Mahomes.
NFC West, look at this. Seahawks 4-3. Arizona, San Fran, both 3-4. Rams 2-4. 2 weeks ago, I would have said the Rams are done. Now, the Rams are only 2 games out from being in first place. Like they're just a hot streak away from, because look at San Fran.
3-4.
CMC is hurt. Brandon
hurt.
Ayuk out for the season.
He out for the season.
Debo Samuel just came back from the hospital. They are on the decline. Arizona is like off and on. Seattle is like barely just hanging on to the division.
They are barely.
It is, and I know Miss Dub said the Rams were done last week. Miss Dub, the Rams are right back in it. They are right there, because you have what, a 17-game season?
17-game season now.
You have 10 weeks to get together. And the way that the NFC has been, because of the process of elimination, because there's no dominant team in the West, the Rams are right there. They are a win streak away from winning the division.
Yeah, you got what, this week 8? 1, 2, 3, 4. They went 4 in a row. That put them at, what's that, 6-4? 2.
Miss Dub says, I'm not feeling it. Yeah, but that's the reality though. The reality though is that because of the deficiencies with the other teams in the NFC West, you're giving the Rams an opportunity to creep up and all of a sudden win the division.
I want to see how good of an organization. No, I want to see how good of a locker room the 49ers got now.
Right. Because it has to be down. The morale has to be low.
So I wonder who gonna be that voice that steps up and say, we can do this.
Guys, do you know who we are? We are the freaking 49ers. We were just in the Super Bowl last year.
And we're playing like we're the 3 and 4 Cardinals.
Yeah.
She said, I'm not feeling it.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. So let's go talk about these week 8 upcoming games here.
Okay, yeah. Let me see.
So tomorrow we have Minnesota at the Rams. That's gonna be a test right there for the Rams.
After what I saw last week from old Sammy boy, and everybody counted him out, and I knew Sam Darnold was a great guy. He just needed to be in the right system. I would pick Minnesota. No harm, no foul, no disrespect.
Baltimore, Cleveland, Baltimore got that. Tennessee at Detroit, I got Detroit.
I take Detroit.
Now, the Colts versus the Texans should be a great game.
I'm gonna take CJ at home. I'm a big CJ Stroud fan.
Green Bay at Jacksonville, Green Bay. I
take Green Bay.
The return possibly of Tua versus Kyler Murray. What do you think about that game?
You know what? I was a fan. I wasn't a fan last week. I'm not gonna be a fan this week. You know what? I'll take us at home. Return of Tua, I'll take us at home.
Jets at New England, that's a toss-up for real. The Jets should win that game. They should.
They should. This gonna be good. Because if Drake May go in and beats Aaron Rodgers at home, I would applaud that. Now this next one, Atlanta, Tampa Bay. I don't know. Godwin's gone.
Right.
Mike Evans pulled a hammy.
Falcons.
I have to take old Kirk Cousins.
Man, you got some intriguing games. Eagles
Philly,
at
Cincinnati
at Bengals. That's gonna be a very intriguing game.
But which Philly team are we gonna get? Are we gonna get that one that ran through the Giants last week, or are we gonna get the ones that struggled the prior week before?
Very intriguing game.
Let's see. Chargers, Saints, Chargers.
Buffalo at Seattle. That should be a good game too.
This next one is gonna be my game of the week.
Chicago at Commanders.
That's my game.
Let's see what happens with Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels.
Well, if he play.
Right.
If he play, but that's gonna probably be my most intriguing game to watch next week is the Commanders versus the Bears.
So skip that game.
Well, they said Bryce Young is going to
skip that game too.
They're going to say Bryce Young is going to start Sunday.
Dallas at San Fran. Sunday Night Football.
This is what I told a guy at work. This game right here is a Kyle Shanahan make or break. I'm going to keep my job. Either he going to continue to coach them or John Lynch going to say, well, I guess it's time, my guy. We're going to have to move on from you.
Truthfully, that's in regards to both head coaches.
You know, that's Jerry's world. He gonna protect Mike McCarthy as much as he can.
And then the Giants at Pittsburgh.
That's not gonna. I don't know who gonna quarterback that game. Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. But I like that Pittsburgh defense.
But yep. So that's week 8, and with that being said, that is our show for the evening.
Yeah,
I
like it.
You like it?
Yeah, this was nice. I liked it.
Yeah. So gotta get you on more often for the main show.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, cool. Sounds good, man. You know that's what it's all about. You don't have to be just a set amount of people or set people there. Anyone who's available to want to get on, let's make it happen. So you will be seeing this man here next week on the Man Cave. I hope that you all have enjoyed the main show this evening. Once again, go ahead and give us a follow all across social media. We on Facebook, we on the X, we on Instagram. You can shoot us an email, platformsportstalkshow@gmail.com. Go on YouTube, subscribe, click on that bell so anytime we go live, you will be notified. We are not on Roku at this time. I may see about getting back on there, but we're not on there at this time, so I do apologize. But we are on Hot 365 Radio, where it is always hot. Go to their website, or you can go to their app on iOS or Android and put in Hot 365 Radio, and you will see the icon. This show will be replayed on Hot 365 Radio every Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Once again, every first Wednesday of the month, you have Ladies Night. And every last Wednesday of the month, you have the Man Cave, which once again goes down next week. Once again, it's your boy Smoooth along with
Mario.
Right, he drinking.
It caught me off guard.
And y'all have a great rest of y'all evening. Enjoy the NBA games going on right now. I think the Phoenix Suns and Clippers start in about maybe 10 or so minutes.
Ooh,
first game ever at the new arena, the Intuit Dome for the Clippers.
Oh, so he even spent that money. I
Oh,
want to see
yeah.
what it looked like.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to check it out in a second. But everyone, have a great rest of your evening and the rest of the week. And stay tuned for many more of the Platform Sports Talk Show. Share this with your peoples. Let them know about the Sports Talk Show, 7 years strong. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. And have a great evening. We out this thing.